everyone, welcome to NEREASAN Channel. I'm a pro ballerina and today I'm going to give my review of the Netflix show TinyPretty Things. So let's get into it. Okay, so before we start, I want to say that I don't usually watch ballet related movies or TV shows because most of the times they use the same ballet stereotypes. As a pro ballerina who knows the ballet world, makes me a little sad that that's the way that they are portraying for people who don't know it. But in this show, I know one of the main characters used to be a pro ballerina in a well-known ballet company, so I decided to watch it and see if this show would be more accurate. So today we're going to be talking about a lot of these typical ballet stereotypes. We're gonna get really deep in some subjects, so I hope you guys are prepared for this video. Okay, so this is the very first scene. Girl is dancing on a rooftop on a very small platform. Let's stop right here. As a ballet dancer, you need to be smart, not to get injured. Definitely dancing on a small platform on a rooftop, it's not a good idea because your body is literally your instrument. You need to take care of it. You cannot just do such a risky things. Although now we are in quarantine, many dancers have to be creative, but still, I wouldn't take it to this extreme because it's actually really dangerous. Don't do it. This seems to be happening in a prestigious ballet school. These dancers are supposed to be students, but they don't specify their age. There's a scene where one of the main characters goes to this school for the very first time and she has to go through a medical test before her first ballet class. And it's kind of weird because definitely not all schools require you to have such a deep touching medical examination. Companies definitely don't require to do this. I know that in the Bolshoi Ballet Academy and the Vaganova, they do body examinations, but it's usually for the kids who join the school for the very first time when they are about 9 and 10 years old. And then they can tell how their bodies are gonna develop and if they can possibly have talent for ballet, which is also very hard to predict, I believe. If you're 17 years old or 18 years old, probably your body is not gonna change much, so I don't really think it's necessary to do this examination. In the show, they say that the dorm ladies, they know everything that is going on. They can come into your room anytime, so you need to be well-behaved, very organized. And this reminds me a lot to the Bolshoi dorms. We didn't only have one, we have several dorm ladies. They really knew everything that was going on. They would wake us up every morning, check every day around 10 p.m. to make sure that we were in bed. If you weren't there, they would come find you. Even if you were just next door with your friend chatting, no, you had to be in your room ready to sleep. So I think this is kind of accurate. So usually when it's your first day in a ballet company or in your new ballet school, ballet dancers are usually very respectful and they always wait, until everybody is placed in their spot and then they try to find a free spot for them. It's not like we walk in, to the studio for the first time and we decide our spot. That's kind of not respectful for the dancers already part of that school or company. It's kind of like ballet school or ballet company rule. The ballet level of these actors in this TV show is actually not bad considering that they are playing students. You can see in this show that the girls and boys are training in the same class. At the Bolshoi Ballet Academy and other big schools, girls and boys train in separate studios. Usually the girls would have a female teacher and the males will have a male teacher just because we work on different muscles and we work on different steps as well. Sometimes when they do ballet TV shows or ballet movies, they find professional ballet dancers or professional ballet students to be the main actors double. I really like that in this show, it's the same person. If you're a viewer who doesn't know ballet, right, you wanna kind of understand what a ballet dancer also looks like. So I do appreciate that they used ballet trained people for this show. In general, I would say that the level for this show is acceptable. Another thing that I really don't like is when ballet students give each other bad behavior in ballet class. And even they give the bad behavior to the teacher. They pose like that, in ballet class. Ballet students don't behave like that. And if you behave like that, you're probably gonna be kicked out of the classroom. I think they're trying to get more drama out of it, but it doesn't represent ballet students very correctly, because ballet students are very polite usually. I also think it's kind of cool how they show that they have a gym in the ballet school. It's important to show that ballet dancers and ballet students do a lot of work out of the ballet studio. So I do like that in this TV show they show that ballet dancers do more than pliés and tendus and jumps. Okay, now let's talk about one of the biggest ballet cliches that happened in TV shows and movies, which is the romance between choreographers, dancers, directors. This is not something that happens in every ballet company. Unfortunately, I've heard that in some American ballet companies, there have been cases of sexual harassment, unfortunately. But this is not something that all ballet companies go through. And I really don't like that they show that much. I think that doesn't represent ballet dancers. Like, if you get a good role or if you get promoted, it's because you work really hard to do that, not because you had a romance with the choreographer, right? I was kind of disappointed because I'm like, oh, here we go again. Another thing that I wanted to mention is the romantic relationships, especially if you are playing a ballet student. There are some things of this show that are nice and that are true. But as a ballet student, I wouldn't recommend, just because they show a lot of 18 plus content, which again, if they are playing ballet students, I don't think it's appropriate for their age. Another very important topic is the relationship between the moms and the daughters. Moms who don't know ballet, their expectations. Of course, as a parent, I think that you want the best for your child. You want the child to be successful. You want the child to be able to support themselves in the future. But I've known some ballet moms who haven't been very loving to their daughters. In this TV show, they have two different moms who are very strict to their daughters. One of them wants the daughter to be the top of the top, otherwise they're gonna take her out of the school. And the other mom is trying to be involved in the ballet school. Sometimes that happens a lot when moms trying to become very involved in order for their daughters to get more things in the ballet school. This is a very difficult subject. Know that some ballet students get really frustrated because they feel the pressure from their parents, and then that can reflect on their personality with other ballet students. I don't know what's gonna happen to these characters in future episodes, but I really hope that somehow they find a solution. I think it's very important to have a very supportive role to be able to help you. I think it's also important for the ballet teacher to see the kid and really pay attention, not just to their physical abilities, but also psychologically if they are doing well. Some kids can really go through a depression and get really sick if this is not managed. It's funny how in this TV show they show so many parties with the students in a big pool, all having fun. I think when you're a student, that's your busiest time, because you only have certain years to get to your best. When you are even like 17, you're already ready to apply for a job. So it's not like a regular career where you can be studying until you are 25. In the ballet career, you really need to work a lot in your student years. So watching them having a lot of fun, sometimes to have fun is good, but to have so much fun is not very realistic as a ballet student. Another true moment that I found in this first episode is how they practice in the studio during the night. For example, in the Bolshoi Ballet Academy, we could write a letter to the director and she would give us permission to use the studios during the night to practice. So we would get the key of the studio, go there, practice our variations, practice our steps. So in this TV show, they actually show a little bit of that, and I think that's actually accurate. You can also see in this little clip how this specific character is having a hard time to be perfect. You can see herself watching at the mirror and saying horrible things like, I'm not good enough. This actually kind of reflects the frustration that ballet dancers and ballet students go through. Like, we don't always say it, but definitely many times we think very low of ourselves. In this very first episode, you can also see one of the principal characters, which is a guy, actually struggling with eating disorders. It's very common to see girls in TV shows struggling with eating disorders. Having actually male students going through this, I think it's actually refreshing, because I don't know many boys who went through this. Maybe they did, but I didn't know. I think it's good for their voices also to be heard. It's not only girls who go through this tragedy, I would call it. There are also boys who go through this, and I think it's good that they show that, you know, boys are also part of this problem, unfortunately. I think this has to be addressed very seriously, especially in ballet schools, because they are just kids. Parents don't know what's going on with him because they don't live close, right? They're in the dorm. I think it's something really sad, and that also ballet teachers and the dorm ladies should watch out for more. A ballet dancer also needs nutrition education, how to eat in order to be fit and in order to be able to become a dancer. I'm gonna make a more detailed video in the future talking about this very, very sensitive and personal topic. I also went through some of these things during my time at the Bolshoi Ballet Academy, so I would definitely be talking about this in future videos in more detail. Another moment that I want to discuss is castings, how people get roles. Of course, in this TV show, they want to make a big drama to be attractive, and they make it sound this production is gonna be either your highlight for your career or it's gonna be the end of it. This doesn't really happen like that. As dancers, we always wanna get the best roles, right? But there are definitely some roles that suit some dancers more than others. There are many opportunities, and the best dancers don't get there necessarily because they have the best bodies or they have the best abilities. It's because they just don't give up, and they always try to find a place for them, working hard every day. If it's not in this company, maybe in the next. If it's not this role, maybe in the next. That's also a very easy way to get frustrated as a pro ballet dancer or student. But my advice for you guys is to always keep trying, keep searching, keep learning, and keep progressing. There are many possibilities in the world for you. So, I think I gave you guys a lot of my opinions in this very first episode. I'm probably going to keep watching a few episodes. Maybe in the future you want me to give more of my thoughts of different episodes. If you have any questions about certain topics that they talk in this show, maybe you can write them in the comments, and next video I can maybe review those as well. Of course, it's a TV show, they have to create drama, they have to make extra things, but that's just how like TV shows work. So I also understand that. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Please, 高評価お願いします。Like this video, channel 登録お願いします。Subscribe to watch more review videos or more dancing videos or more vlog videos. I'll see you guys next week. Bye! Bye 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 bye!